You good?
Yeah, you're live. Hi.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
There you go.
Okay, are we ready?
You're live. You're
Okay.
doing it.
Hey y'all. I'm Teresa with Hotfix Adhesive, and today we're partnering with Annie's catalog, and we're going to be featuring some new things that they have. These are some of their patterns for quilts and for pillows, and what makes them a little bit different is the Hotfix Adhesive fusible that's inside your pattern is pre-printed. So it's going to have all of your applique portion done.
So you've already got a couple of highs. So Miss Bridget Morrow said hi, and Marianne said hi.
Hi, thanks y'all.
Annie said hi. Let us know where you're from.
Okay, y'all, this is Mike Johns. I just want to give him a shout
Hi.
out. He's helping us host. We're up in his Mama's Boy studio, and he had all this set up for me to make it easier, and I really appreciate it. So back over here, the Hotfix Adhesive. Bridget, are y'all familiar with Hotfix Adhesive? Have you ever used it before?
Keep in mind there's a delay.
Okay.
Hi from Minnesota.
Hi, Fran from Minnesota. So what we're going to do today is show you how to work with Hotfix Adhesive. It's a little bit different, fusible than what we're used to because it doesn't have any fibers or webbing in it. So it's actually more like a glue, and you can see here that it has a paper backing. The paper backing is what the applique is printed on. So I'm going to show you how to cut out your applique pieces, iron them onto your fabric, and then we're going to assemble, and we're going to be working with it's a cute little Goodnight Baby giraffe baby quilt that was done by Chris Malone.
So see it from there. Pull it out again.
Out here.
There you go.
Just to tell you a little bit more about Hotfix Adhesive, in addition to the pre-printed fusibles, it also comes in a 10-yard roll and a 4-yard roll. And then if you use a home cutter, it also comes in 12 by 12 sheets that fit on your sticky cutting mat. So you can do your own appliques, or if you have a pattern you want to trace on the back of the Hotfix Adhesive, you can do that with it too because of paper backing. So I'm going to put all this over here, and I'm going to get started on showing you how we fuse something. Okay. So I went ahead and put together a lot of stuff so that it wouldn't take as much time up. But I'm going to show you on the giraffe. We're going to cut out 2 of the large giraffes. So in your instructions, in your pattern, it tells you that what we recommend is you take your scissors and cut out about 1/4 inch around your applique portion. That way you're not wasting fabric. And there we go. You can also use your little scraps, because I know most folks that quilt are like me. You have scraps everywhere, scraps of everything. So this is still good Hotfix Adhesive, even though it's not got anything printed on it, if you would like to keep that. So you want to place your Hotfix Adhesive, the glue side down or the fusible side down, on the wrong side of your fabric.
And how do you tell what side is the glue side?
The glue side is more slick and shiny, and you can actually feel the paper. The glue side is more slick and shiny, and you can actually feel the paper. Plus, on the pre-printed fusible, you'll see the type, and you'll see the outline of your applique. So, just
shiny
place this
side
on
down.
here. Yes, shiny side down, glue side down, paper side up. Thank you, Mike.
You have somebody from Kenya watching.
Holy cow.
That's
a long way away. What time is it there? So, hi from Georgia. So, you want to iron this I don't know, 15, 20 seconds, and then you want to flip it over and iron it on your fabric side too. Because this is more like a glue, it's hot once you get finished ironing, so you want to let it cool off before you try to start cutting it.
What settings do you do your iron at?
The iron is at on your cotton setting, no steam. So if you forget and you have steam, it's okay, but sometimes it'll cause your paper to kind of bubble up a little bit. You can knock your steam off and then iron it again, and it'll do that for you.
It'll also make the ink come off if you got steam
Yeah,
on.
it will make your ink run. So once it's cooled, we just cut out our applique and you just follow around the lines. Super, super simple. The good thing about Hotfix Adhesive is you can trace on the paper backing your own patterns. You can just draw something. Actually, we have Hotfix Adhesive that runs through an inkjet printer in 8.5 by 11 sheets, so you can print patterns that way and do that. Trying to see if anybody has any questions that
I'm watching.
not yet. Okay, so almost done cutting it out, and then we'll start piecing it together. The other thing about Hotfix Adhesive is you can stitch over it. It doesn't gum up on your needle. Thank you. You can do satin stitch. If you're just doing a quick applique and you want to do like a bean stitch just around the edge, you can do that. Your fabric will not fray with Hotfix Adhesive. So let me find my piece over here. Well, actually, let's do this first. This is a fusion mat. It's a silicone mat. And if you work with applique a lot, this is a easy way to assemble your applique into one piece. Then you can pull it up and place it down on your where it's going on your project. So you take your paper backing, peel this off. Sometimes it's easier to take a pen and just score a little line to get you started on a place to peel. You don't want to go too deep. Also, one thing I did forget to tell you, when you're working with Hotfix Adhesive, and I don't know if you guys can see this.
I'm changing this really quick.
When you peel off your paper backing, you want your Hotfix Adhesive to be real smooth and shiny. If it's opaque or if it feels kind of rough to the touch, then you just re-iron it. Hotfix will not disappear on you like some of the other fusibles we're used to working with. So you don't have to worry about over ironing it and then it going away. It also keeps your applique from lifting after it's been washed. So it'll keep everything nice and flat. It won't fray on the edges. So it's one of the great things about it. So let's see, does anybody?
I'm watching, not yet.
Okay. All right, so this is the giraffe head, and it's the big giraffe. So we're putting him together. And this is his neck. And I pre-cut and pre-fused some of these pieces just to make it go a little bit faster for us.
What did you just do?
I just took a pen and scored the paper, so it makes it easier. I don't have fingernails. If you have fingernails, it's probably easy to do, but it's just quicker to do it that way sometimes. So this is his little neck. I put him down and position his head. We want him a little bit crooked. Pre-cut his little horns out, and I peeled the paper backing off some of these, so we'll place that. If you're working with a pattern and you can put what's great about this fusion mat, you can put the paper underneath here and still see through it, and then place all your pieces so you know exactly where they're supposed to go. Let's see, got some eyeballs and his little nose. He's starting to come to life. got his ears.
He's so cute.
Thank you. I think he's real cute. These patterns are just cute and fun and bright and cheery. So,
And easy.
yeah, they are easy to do. So, yeah. What do you think about that? I think that looks good.
And you're putting these glue side down on your fusing mat.
Yes, and what we're going to do is we're just going to, we're not going to iron. We're just going to lightly press and lock everything together, and then we can pick up the whole piece and move it over. Where we want it on.
So one of the nice things about using the fusing mat is that you can reposition stuff at this point.
Yeah.
Before you iron it down to your project, you can get it to exactly the way you want it before it goes to the vinyl fabric.
Right. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so I think he looks pretty cute. What do you guys think? So we're just gonna, that's all his pieces. Okay, now you can do this a couple different ways. We're gonna use this little iron, and we're just gonna lock.
Sorry, I moved your camera. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I'm just gonna lock. And it doesn't take much to lock the pieces in place. We just want to be able to pick it up and move it in one solid piece. So we'll do that, and then you can use, if you have, when we fuse it down onto the actual fabric, we're going to use the Cricut Easy Press. So you can use an iron, you can use an easy press, you can use a regular heat press. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. Okay, so let me pull him up. You see? You've got your little giraffe. Okay, move this out of the way. Thank you.
And maybe we should say that the little white stripe that's on his corner of his neck there is salvage from the
Yes.
fabric. It's not the backing from the...
Yeah, that was me. That's how I cut it out.
I just didn't want anybody to see that and think, well, what is that?
So we're not, I guess, we're not doing this like the entire piece. I'll open this up. Let me turn that press on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's on. It'll just take
Okay.
a second. When it beeps, it's
Okay,
ready.
when that beeps, we can use that. So, do we have any questions yet?
I haven't seen any.
Okay, somebody from Canada. Wow.
You got a lot from Canada. I've been watching. There's quite a few from Canada.
Springfield, Ohio. Y'all, I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you.
If you do have questions, type them in the
Yeah,
chat.
please. So,
It's probably hot enough.
let's see. Okay, so we're gonna just press this down, and the easy press has weight to it too. So,
And the Easy Press actually has a timer built into it
It
as
does.
well, so you could use that, but honestly, you don't really need to, as long as it's hot.
that's another thing that makes Hotfix easy.
How
To
much
work
is the
with.
10-yard roll from Miss Sally?
The 10-yard roll is $29.95. The 4-yard roll is $12.95. So,
And the great thing is like you said earlier, is that with Hotfix, you can take your scraps and make them part of the next project.
Yes.
Because you can combine them together. So you really do get to use the full 4 yards or the full 10 yards, whichever the case might be.
yes, you do. So, see, that was really simple. It was quick and easy. There
it
it goes. So, Hotfix will also work, in addition to applique, you can use it with paper. You can fuse it onto pictures because it's acid free. So if you were doing some scrapbooking projects, you could use it that way on the back of the pictures. I think I mentioned already, if you want to do just a bean stitch through here, you can do that. It won't fray because the Hotfix is gonna stop it from doing that. Or you can satin stitch, it's not gonna gum up on your needle.
It's also great for adhering patches to projects.
Yes, for patches.
You can use it on the back of marine vinyl.
Yep.
Pretty much anything that you put a hot iron
Y'all,
on.
it's a good thing Mike's here, isn't it? so, let's see, did anybody?
They said it looks, Miss Molly says it looks so easy. Miss Carol says, is it expensive to make? Meaning making an applique project. So it would just be the cost of your fabric, and in this case, if you're using Hotfix, the cost of your Hotfix. So for this project that she's doing right now, for that giraffe head, probably what, less than $1 into it? Yeah,
easily.
I mean, pretty cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Sally says she needs a 10-yard roll.
Well, there should be a link that you can see on the feed where you can click to go through everything that we've shown you here, and you should be able to buy it with Annie's. So.
And Miss Christine says, does it end up being a stiff applique?
No, it does not. Hotfix does not change the hand of your fabric. I don't know if this will help you tell, but it doesn't change the hand of the fabric at all.
No, I use it in quilts all the time, Miss Christine, and the quilts actually, you can't tell that the Hotfix is in the quilt at all. So it doesn't add weight to the quilt, it doesn't make the quilt stiff. And I've done queen size quilts to where every block had Hotfix in it, and it didn't change it at all.
Hi from Sweden. My
Wow.
goodness. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see.
I think that was catching up on it.
Okay.
So do you iron this once you put it down on the front? Do you iron it from the back?
You can iron it from the back. I think that it's not, you don't have to do that.
Right.
So, I mean, it's because it's on there. And it's a permanent bond. So this is washable. It's not going to fray. Like I said, and again, I said you can stitch over it. But if you want to do just this, Hotfix adhesive is really good if you're making quick, like holiday projects that are coming up. So if you wanted to do a placemat or a table runner and you don't have time to stitch, but you want something, you can just literally cut out or use buy some plain tape,
Fabric.
not fabric, placemats. And then you can cut out applique. So if you want to do fall leaves for Thanksgiving or pumpkins for Halloween, there's a lot of different things you can do. Iron it onto something finished like that, and then you've got a really pretty centerpiece and make your holiday table look nice.
So one of the other things that's really nice about this, for those of you who do a lot of embroidery and things like that, if you actually use this behind your appliques on a regular basis, what will happen is when the actual applique is laundered, it won't get those puckers and puffiness in the applique that you normally would see in applique once it's laundered. So it fuses the actual fabric down to the background fabric, so it really keeps it to where it stays nice and smooth. If you guys know what I'm talking about, when you do that first applique, it looks amazing, and then they wash it, and then when they wash it, it doesn't look so amazing all the time. So if you put that Hotfix behind it, it solves that problem. So I literally, and Teresa can tell you this, I use it on every applique that I do. So it makes a huge difference.
Well,
thanks for sharing. Thank you. Hello from Delaware. I think that's it.
okay. Well,
what other you mentioned that you could do this on paper, so you could use this for card stocks?
You could. You can do it for your gift bags for the holidays. I wish I had thought to bring that. You can, so if you wanted to, we use gift bags right now a lot. So one demonstration we did, I cut out Oh Holy Night, and I found some really pretty fabric that had music notes on it, and we put that on the brown paper holiday bags, and that's what we use for Christmas. That's a great idea to do for kids' birthday parties. Now everyone that comes to the party, they leave with a thank you gift. And if you're doing it all themed, baby showers, bridal showers, the same thing. You could do your bridal shower invitations. You can do decorations for the bridal shower. All these are quick and easy projects because while you can stitch over it, you don't have to stitch over it. Mike ran to see if he's got something else. I'm trying to think of another way that, let's see. Hi from Florida. The name of the product is Hotfix Adhesive. So I'll go back through that. It comes in a 10-yard roll, 4-yard roll, and 12 by 12 sheets that work with your cutting mat. What the applique that we did today is a baby quilt, and we just did the applique portion where we cut it out and then showed you how to apply the Hotfix and fuse it on. Let's see.
There it is on Terry.
Okay, yeah. Here it is on
Terry cloth.
terry cloth that's been stitched around. Let me switch it around so you guys can see.
Oh, that's nice here, but I don't. And then
you
here
can
it is
see
behind
those.
fleece.
Okay.
Oh, here we can get onto the bottom camera. You can do it on the bottom. So there's the terry cloth, the bunny, and then you can just lay that down and show it.
Okay. There it is. The snowman portion is fleece. So.
And if you've never done applique with fleece, you know that that tends to sag on you. So by putting Hotfix behind it, that keeps it from sagging.
It works great with wool too.
Yeah.
So.
Felt works
And
great with felt.
Yep.
So.
This over here.
And you can take and use it to fuse fabric to anything that you can put heat on. So like you can do it like if you were to go to like a big box store and buy those metal signs, you could take and do fabric, basically fabric appliques without stitching, obviously, on those metal signs, and they work great.
Okay. Could you use behind a block with embroidery for better support? Well,
Do you mean like adding it onto
Like
for a
stabilizer?
stabilizer type effect? Is that kind of what you're asking, Miss Dawn? I would think if that's what you're asking, I don't know that that would really do much, because while the since it's not a woven fusible, it's actually a solid, like Teresa showed you right at the beginning, that it's just a solid sheet of permanent fusible adhesive on it. Yes, okay, she said yes. It's really not going to add any stabilization for you on your fabric with that. There are products out there that do that though, Miss Dawn. One that's really good is SF101, which is just a, it's actually an interfacing. You can get that and it would work really well. But this would be more for your actual behind your appliques themselves and not behind your background fabric, because, well, quite frankly, you'd be wasting money by doing it that way. I mean, you could do it. Is it going to hurt anything? No. But then you're basically fusing your batting to the back of your quilt block.
And then Miss Jan and Miss Dawn too, since you just tuned in, this is the actual Hotfix adhesive. It has a paper backing on it, and the fusible itself is more like a glue. There's no fibers or webbing in it. So you can, I'll show you the pre-printed pattern that we were working with today. So when you buy this, you get all of your applique pieces with the appliques labeled, and you can just iron them onto your fabric and cut them out, which is what we did. And here's an example of that. So this is your large giraffe head. You would peel this backing off. What I did there was score that because so it's easy to take the paper backing off. You peel this off and then it's ready to iron onto your project. Now, another thing I'll tell you guys, and I know I'm repeating myself,